Hello, I'm Matt Guff from thehouse.com, and this is Jason Henderson from Burton Snowboards. How you doing?
Spectacular.
Good. Jason is back with us, walking us through the 2019 line. We've been talking about boots for quite a while, and we're getting to the category of the all mountain boots. And there's quite a few, as you see. We have the Ruler, the Imperial, the Photon, the Driver X, and the Ion.
Yep.
These are boots that really perform well at higher speeds, and for people who like lightning fast edge response, and maybe they're like kind of like diving into the backcountry and hiking a little bit. Mm-hmm. So, Jason, there's a lot here. It's perfect for basically any kind of ability. Where does it all start out?
Well, kind of what we have on the table here, but again, just kind of what we've touched on before in some of the other videos is you can ride any boot in any condition.
That's right.
It's all whatever fits your foot, whatever you like in the flex.
Right.
But these are just kind of generally like, good do it all, do everything boots.
That's right.
So, we kind of start out with the Ruler, which is a great kind of medium flexing boot. We just happen to have, it also comes in the leather kind of brown suede option, which
nice
is pretty dope. But so just kind of middle of the road flex on it. It does have the EST sole, so again flat sole instead of a ramp sole. So some people like that, where you're just a little bit more like a skate shoe, where you're kind of flat on the board.
Right.
So it just gives you a little bit more stability that way. Does have the rubber on the bottom too. So just try to minimize the amount of rubber, just to give you better traction, but also better wear. So,
that's right.
But rubber is the heaviest component of a boot, so by reducing the amount of rubber as much as you can, it definitely makes the boot a lot lighter. But rubber brings a lot of things to the table too. Like gives you better traction when you're hiking in the backcountry, or even walking across the parking lot or whatever. It just works better.
That's right.
You see the Jerry of the Days wiping out, trying to hike with slippery soles. But
yeah, but the Ruler is a really cool boot within the line. It kind of has its own collection. There's a leather, there's a Speed Zone, there's the double bowl, which is new for this year.
Yep, new double bowl.
And then there's also the wide version too.
Yep. So if you do have a wider foot, we do make a wide version. So just 4 millimeters wider across the forefront of the foot, giving you a little bit more room to work with. So.
That's right. Now, what kind of liner does that does the
that's got the Imprint 2. So Imprint 2 liners are still heat moldable and everything. Yep. There's no lacing in the liner itself. That goes to the shell. There's a cuff on the inside where everything just kind of wraps in nice and tight.
Right.
Gives you good kind of fusion between the liner and the shell. So it's not sliding around in there.
Cool.
And then also the footbed that we give you with that, decent footbed. Still really good arch support, really good contour to it as well. So again, the better arch or the better footbeds you have, it's just the better arch support you have. Especially when you're putting pressure from your straps, it kind of keeps your arches from collapsing and things like that. So.
Right. And it's kind of cool. Like even though we kind of started out with the Ruler, and as we kind of move up, they have a lot of technology kind of like spread across the line too. So they have like the reflective foil that keeps the heat inside, and they have 1-to-1 last, which is really nice.
Yep. So 1-to-1 lasting, we've been doing it for a long time now, but that means for every hole and half size, we got a separate shell size, outsole size, and tongue size.
Right.
So that gives you the shortest overall boot possible, and also just the longevity of the boot. There's not a lot of extra room for that liner to pack out, because some boots that do the 1-to-2 lasting, where you're getting a 9.5, you're getting a size 10
it's
shell.
Sloppy.
Can get sloppy. It's longer than what it needs to be. Sort of thing like that. So.
Right. Do all these boots feature a shrinkage footprint reduction technology?
Yep, we have that in all boots now.
Okay.
So again, just really what that is, just minimizing the overall material toe and heel. Just really just trying to really cut down that overall length toe and heel. So they can get that can open up some board options for a guy with a bigger foot.
That's right.
He can ride a mid wide instead of a wide.
Right.
That sort of thing. So
right, and then there's stepping into the Imperial. Now this is a boot that I really like. A lot of people who are just kind of diving into backcountry or side country tend to jump on this boot because it has a rugged Vibram tread. This is a really cool colorway, brown and black.
Brown and black.
Not cocoa or mocha. It's just brown and black.
Baby poop brown.
Baby poop brown.
No, it's it's one of my favorite colors out of the year, out of the boot line this year. But this is kind of like, we consider this kind of little brother to the Ion. So still really supportive, maybe not quite as stiff as an Ion.
Okay.
But it does have a lot of features to it. So you still have the dual zone speed zone on it. You go to the Imprint 3 liners. So Imprint 3, just much better internal material there. It's got our dry ride heat cycle material in the heel and in the toe box that absorbs your body heat and then gives it back. Like
Okay.
after, once you're going down you're riding, generating a lot of heat, it'll pull the heat away from your foot, keeping it, kind of in that comfort zone. And then once you're on the lift, your temperature drops, it tends to give it back. So.
Got it.
And then a little nicer cuff on the inside that you can put J-bars that Velcro in. So if you have a narrow heel, if you get some heel lift after the boot breaks in, you can add those, and it just gives you better
Got
heel
it.
hold.
Does the Imperial and the Ruler have the same footbed?
No. So you go to the different footbed once you go up to the Imprint 3 liners. It does have the kind of stiffer hard plastic in the arch and around the heel area. Again, to just add that cradling effect, and just it just allows your body to kind of use its own tissue to stay in one spot instead of pushing through. And the fatty tissues of your feet aren't, getting spread out, and then you get those heel bruises.
Get cramping.
Yeah, it definitely helps with a lot of that. So.
Right, and it's kind of cool too because after the Imperial, you kind of step into the Photon boa.
Yep.
Double boa that has the same Imprint 3 liners, same footbed, but in a
same
new platform.
EST, same Vibram EcoStep outsole. Again, anytime you're seeing rubber in any of our boots, we're using reground rubber.
Okay.
But this is the Vibram, so this is the biggest lug that Vibram would allow us to design.
Okay.
But again, really super durable, but just traction in all directions. I mean, you can hike in really gnarly backcountry with this stuff, and it really gives you some good grip.
Right.
So, but still really good board feel too.
Good. Does this one have a B3 gel?
In the heel, yep.
Okay.
So the V3 gel is just a non-temperature sensitive gel in the heel area to kind of cut down on impacts. Especially like if you are riding big park jumps or anything like that, it just cuts out that heel bruising.
That's right. Because like a lot of times people who ride all mountains, sometimes maybe they'll go in the bark. Maybe they'll hit like a air off a cat track to the flat.
Yeah.
And it's nice to have cushion underneath the wheel, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So it just really kind of cushions that blow a little bit. So.
Mm-hmm. Cool. And then we kind of step into one of my favorite boots, the Driver X. There's a lot. This thing is this.
It's a beast.
The beast.
The beast of a boot.
The stiff bad boy.
Yeah.
What's up with the Driver X?
So this is for that guy that wants something really stiff. That's maybe used to ride hard boots, or somebody that's got really weak ankles that wants the stiffest boot possible. This is definitely the stiffest boot from what I've been told out there, but definitely the stiffest boot in our line.
Right.
So just this huge integrated rubber backstay. The liner itself is the Imprint 3X, which you can see compared to the regular Imprint 3, it's got this external support that goes up a little bit higher yet to give you more ankle support. The power up tongue, it's an extra insert in the plastic insert in the tongue. So what that does is it makes it stiffer. It's got the plastic toe on it, so that really kind of helps when you're trudging around in the backcountry. It's more durable.
Right, kicking your feet into hard stuff. Yeah.
Yep. So on the it does have the tough cuff on the inside too. They added thermal moldable plastic to the actual cuff itself. So what that does is it molds the shape of your ankles and things like that, but providing again a little bit more lateral support.
Right.
And heel hold.
You're right though. It is a stiff boot. There's a lot of extra support panels along the backside, as you see in the liner, of course. Still heat moldable.
Yep.
Still has a great footbed. So if you like riding fast and you don't want a lot of ankle flexion, jump on a Driver X. If you imagine this with like a X-base binding and then a custom X board or a mystery fish or something.
Something stiff, yeah.
Something stiff. It's going to be a fun and very responsive ride. Cool. And then we have the Ion.
Yep.
Ion is a real crowd pleaser. I know a lot of people that absolutely love this thing. Again, super stiff boot though.
Yeah, definitely not quite as stiff as like a Driver X, but probably next in line. A lot of guys that ride even in like the parks, like half pipe and big jumps, they like the stiffer support that the Ion brings to the table.
Right.
So you go to the Life liner with this. So again, higher end liner. It's the highest quality EVA, heat moldable EVA available. We also perforate it too, so it's actually breathable.
Mm-hmm.
So you kind of get that swamp foot if you're, getting really, really down with the, especially like, warmer climates, things like
Right.
that. It really, your foot can get really, really swampy. So it kind of helps with that.
Right.
And just, overall the inside, it's got more dry ride heat cycle. It's got, just a lot of extras that make it fit better and last longer.
Right.
And it also, the Ion comes in either double BOA
Okay.
or it comes in our traditional speed zone.
Speed zone too.
Mm-hmm. Auto canting, so we have different density foam on the inside versus the outside. So softer on the inside really allows that boot to kind of roll in a little bit and kind of help cant a little as you're really going, pushing on those toe side turns.
Right.
So.
Right. It's a good looking boot, and you can pretty much say that across the entire line of these kind of like all mountain category boots. The Ruler, the Imperial, the Photon, the Ion, and of course the Driver X all look really good. But the biggest thing, even if they looked ugly, it wouldn't matter because they perform well.
Yep.
From the Imprint 2-liner all the way up to the Life and the 3X and even all the footbeds. Like you can find something that's going to be perfect for your kind of riding and skill ability.
Yep. And for you guys with we kind of touched on a little bit with the Ruler, but guys with wider feet, we are now offering a wide version in the Photon now.
Boom.
So now you have a couple different price points to choose from.
Right.
So.
Right. Well, yeah, so there it is, ladies and gentlemen. This is like a pretty full line here of all mountain boots from Burton. Jayson, man, thanks for being here again.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
You're welcome. And thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. I love it when you guys ask questions and leave comments of your experiences with products. Let me know if you've ever ridden any of these things and what you think of it. Let us know if you think we left a boot out. And hopefully we'll see you guys on Snow. Subscribe to the channel there. Check out more vids there. Peace.